You cannot just proclaim yourself a female and be able to compete against women. There must be some standards, and having a penis and competing as a woman would not fit that standard. This tweet by one of the greatest female tennis players ever, 18-time Grand Slam winner Martina Navratilova, set off an explosive backlash last December. Transgender activists, namely transgender world cycling champion Rachel McKinnon from Canada, lashed out, forcing the tennis legend into an apology and a promise to read up on the subject. Now Navratilova has broken her silence. In an article for The Times in Britain, she says she has researched the issue and that her beliefs have only been strengthened.
A man can decide to be female, take hormones, win everything in sight and perhaps earn a small fortune, and then reverse his decision and go back to making babies if he so desires. It's insane and it's cheating.
Navratilova specifically stressed that in order to achieve fairness in a competition by reducing hormone levels, a method that many sport organizations have adopted to accommodate transgender athletes, males would have to start that treatment before puberty, something she branded as unthinkable. She also stressed that there should be a clear distinction between transgender and transsexual athletes, with the latter having no competitive advantage due to the surgical nature of their sex change. Having cited several examples of both, the tennis great also condemned what she called the vilification of athletes who want to be different, recounting her own experience of being one of the first high-profile athletes to come out as gay back in 1981. Even so, Navratilova slammed her Twitter rival, transgender world cycling champion Rachel McKinnon, and pulled no punches.
McKinnon, who says she received more than 100,000 hate messages on Twitter after winning the World Championship, has presented herself and other transgender athletes as victims of prejudice. There can be no excuse for such ignorance and nastiness, but I also deplore what seems to be a growing tendency among transgender activists to denounce anyone who argues against them and to label them all as transphobes.
Navratilova perhaps preempted the fresh wave of criticism aimed at her, with McKinnon and several pro-transgender activist groups immediately branding her as transphobic. The renewed spat comes amid a legal battle between South African runner Caster Semenya and the International Association of Athletics Federation, the athletes challenging the acceptable testosterone limits for female athletes, which were introduced by the IAAF last year. It's an increasingly complex and emotional subject, and the battle which looks unlikely to subside anytime soon. Alexei Rashevsky, RT, reporting from Moscow.